Hello, this is Mr. Hartley, principal here at Crestview Elementary School. In North Kansas City Schools, being relentless champions for all students is at the heart of our mission. One powerful way we live out this mission is by building confident learners, students who believe in their ability to grow, succeed, and take ownership of their learning journey. This evening, we'll take some time to highlight the tools and strategies we use to help students authentically empower themselves so they can take ownership of their learning and reach their full potential.
Hello, my name is Chad Sutton, and I'm the proud Deputy Superintendent of Academic Services and School Accountability here in North Kansas City Schools. Since the spring of 2022, which seems like such a long time ago, North Kansas City Schools has been on a very exciting journey towards a system-wide transition to standards-based learning and grading. As we have shared the why behind this transition, three words have been at the heart of our purpose since the very beginning: clarity, accuracy, and fairness. Our goal is to enhance these three elements in order to build confident learners throughout our entire school system. Providing clarity about learning expectations through the use of proficiency scales is the foundation of standards-based learning. For students to develop ownership of their learning, it is essential that they and their families understand what they must know and be able to do in order to demonstrate mastery of the standards that we teach. When students capitalize on the clarity provided through our proficiency scales to reflect on and self-assess their own learning, we empower them to become agents of their own learning, one of the most powerful tools in our educator toolbox. By leveraging the clarity provided by proficiency scales to communicate learning expectations, we also improve the accuracy of how we assess and report student learning, also of course known as grades. In North Kansas City Schools, we don't want grades to be merely symbols. We want them to be evidence-based tools to communicate a student's most recent progress towards proficiency on specific learning standards. All of this work, enhancing clarity and accurate measurement, supports our commitment to creating fair and consistent learning environment that prepares all of our students for success way beyond just high school. At the end of the day, this work is all about creating the right conditions in each one of our schools so students can experience winning streaks as learners. As students develop winning streaks as learners, they will also build a kind of confidence that empowers them to face and overcome any challenge, not just in their education, but throughout their lives. Thank you, and I look forward to a great 25-26 school year.
Our mission is to help students succeed by setting them on a trajectory of success. And we do not just experience success as a one-time event, but as a consistent pattern that builds confidence and momentum. Success is journey over time, not a single race. When students experience repeated moments of success, they begin to develop a belief in growth, perseverance, and possibility. For students to thrive, they need more than academic support. They need to feel confident in their ability to learn, know they are valued and cared for, and believe they belong. We know that when these conditions are met, success becomes possible for all students. Standards-based learning, or referred to as SBL, is about providing students with clarity around learning expectations. To support this, our district has developed proficiency scales based on the Missouri Learning Standards that clearly outline what students need to know and be able to do at each level of mastery. You have likely seen scales in action over the past year used by our teachers to give students clear and straightforward feedback. When students reach the target, proficient, they have demonstrated mastery of that grade level standard. As students grow and take ownership of their learning, self-reflection is an essential part of the process. Through the use of proficiency scales, students are able to identify through targeted feedback and meaningful conversations what they need to learn in order to reach proficiency. This is a powerful shift. Students are no longer chasing points or asking, "How do I get an A?" Instead, they're asking, "What do I need to understand and do to meet the learning goal?" By using this scale, they now know more about exactly where they can grow. Another key component of standards-based learning is how we provide feedback and communicate progress to students and families. In a traditional system, one of the primary ways we do this is through grades. But in a standards-based learning system, grades are designed to reflect where a student is in their learning journey, not just a collection of points. Therefore, conversations between students and teachers focus on next steps to help students grow and achieve. In North Kansas City schools, the purpose of grading is to use evidence to communicate a student's most recent progress toward proficiency on specific learning standards. Grades are meant to reflect how a student has grown in their learning. This approach provides greater clarity for families and helps students focus on growth and improvement. As we continue to support confident and capable learners, families can expect no major changes in the way grades are reported at this time. In a traditional grading system, students often get just one chance to show what they've learned. It can also penalize them for not knowing something before it was taught. When scores are averaged, early struggles can overshadow later growth. Standards-based learning is different. It focuses on what students know and can do now. Students have multiple chances to show understanding in different ways, leading to a more accurate and fair reflection of their learning. During the first semester, Crestview will pilot Principles 1 and 2 of our grading practices. We will ensure that grades are aligned with clearly defined standards, and the evidence we collect through student work will directly reflect progress toward those standards. As second semester begins, Crestview will expand our pilot to include Principles 3, 4, and 5. Students will have multiple opportunities to demonstrate their learning in different ways, and we will focus on a body of evidence rather than averaging grades. We want to ensure grades reflect a student's learning rather than learning combined with behavior like effort, attendance, and timeliness. So Principle 5 separates academic learning from behavior. As our schools and others across the district continue working to align grading practices with our 5 guiding principles this school year, we will transition to an updated report card beginning next year. This shift reflects our goal to communicate student learning clearly, accurately, and fairly. You can expect to see a new report card next school year for the 26-27 school year that more clearly shows what students know, how they're progressing, and what supports their growth. Finally, using our Portrait of a Graduate competencies, behaviors that support learning will be reported through Success Track and linked in the new report card, giving families a fuller picture of student growth. One of the biggest changes families will notice is how feedback appears on daily student work. Instead of percentages, points, or letter grades at the top of papers, teachers will now use proficiency scales to give specific, targeted feedback that helps students understand how to grow in their learning. What hasn't changed is our commitment to rigorous instruction and high expectations for every student. This year, 4 elementary schools are piloting a new grade card that replaces the traditional A through F system with our new language of learning. While letter grades will still begin in 6th grade and continue through secondary school, our elementary focus is on helping students and families understand learning through clear, descriptive feedback. Looking ahead to the school year, Crestview will continue to hold high expectations for learning because we believe every child can succeed. This shared commitment helps build confident learners and foster stronger, more open communication between home and school. For now, we're taking this transition slowly. This year, we're focusing on providing feedback to students in new, more clear ways using scales, and we'll keep you updated throughout the year as we move forward.